Hello everyone, I welcome you all to this special lecture on tips and tricks to score the highest in the exams of English literature. Today we will discuss what should be the strategies to deal with the questions and how should you pour out your best in answer sheets. First of all, you must not hesitate to face the explanations in your papers in the beginning only. Here I would ask you not to change the sequence of the questions as most of you do by solving the objectives first or to attempt easier one first and do the explanations at the last. Please don't do that because preference and change will indicate your weakness in particular part and that will not leave a good impression to the examiner. Is that clear? So, start with the explanations confidently. Now, being the students of PG level, don't begin with the references with that monotonous traditional way like these lines have been taken from so and written by so and so. You know, first impression is the last impression. So, start to write in a fresh, original and somewhat different way like this excerpt from Dickinson's masterpiece Because I Could Not Stop for Death reveals valuable robust notions regarding death. In the next one, you can write like this. This stanza occurs in Wordsworth's didactic sonnet Ode to Duty. And start another one like this extract which refers to Francis Bacon's Of Studies represent an analysis of the purposes of studies. In a nutshell, maintain the variations and standard in reference to context and then express your views in explanation with critical comments at the end. Don't forget that. Now, next guideline which you should follow strictly is to avoid common mistakes in spellings, in verbs and in framing the structure of the sentences. Though it is not hard and fast to heighten the standard of vocabulary and use obscure language, yet it is expected from all of you who are going to be the master of arts that you should use at least flawless English. For example, students often write the spelling of explanation explanation as explaination in bold and underlined font. As soon as the examiner glances that spelling, your labor to prepare that text in detail goes in vain. Such silly mistakes will undermine your skills and create bad impression. In fact, the examiner understands the scarcity of time and the pressure of the examining. So, he ignores some occasional slips. But grammatical mistakes of language cannot be compensated and they become the cause of your less marking. If you continue to write down Shakespeare without E at the end and sonnet using single N and even grammar as GRAMMER, how can you expect to get good marks? Here I would suggest one thing more, that you should use British spelling in writing your answers. Though nowadays American spellings are frequently used in online mode, yet in Indian English literature accepts and prefers British one. So, don't be confused to choose COLOUR in place of COLOR. Write the spelling PROGRAMME, not PROGRAM, and labor LABOUR, not LABOR. Is it clear now? And yes, for God's sake, never use WhatsApp language in your answers or English at all. As most of you people do even in your answers, it will never be entertained by the examiner. Now, next important point is related to data and information. about the prescribed text and authors. Though it is conspicuous that literature is not based on data finally like scientific norms, yet primarily some informations are required with correct and exact data. If you write Milton belongs to 18th century or Wordsworth is related to neoclassical age or introduce Shakespeare as a novelist too or write Renaissance occurred in 14th century and so on. Such incorrect anticipations only clarify that you have no idea about the basic and necessary points of the concerned author and text. So, it will be better that you should enlist all the authors and text prescribed in your syllabus mentioning the age, period and basic information about them. For example, if you prepare Wordsworth, to make the key points like this, at first write the full name of the poet, William Wordsworth, then write his birth and death year. He belongs to Romantic age, which is supposed to begin with the publication of his lyrical ballads in 1798 in collaboration with S.T. Coleridge. Write the full name again, Samuel Taylor Coleridge, his intimate friend. Then mention his main works and literary contribution. So, such important points will help you even in solving the objective answers related to the author and the text. Now, while attempting long questions, you should restrict yourself not to deviate from the point what is asked in your questions. If the question is, there is a method in the madness of Hamlet. For example, I am telling you, if the question is this, there is a method in the madness of Hamlet and discuss it, so you should start to write down the general answer, Hamlet as a tragedy, which you have prepared for any question related to Hamlet, then you will not get more than 40 or 50 marks. But here we are discussing how to achieve good marks, means 60%, 70% or more than that. So, be original and alert. Whatever you are writing should be relevant and to the point. For it, prepare short notes on every aspect related to the author and his works. Like if you are preparing John Keats, you should know about his Hellenism, his negative capability as an ode writer, as a poet of beauty, as a romantic poet, his sensuousness and so on. Cover all the aspects at least about one poet. Thus, you can have widespread information to cover up short answers as well as long answers too by starting the exact topics and then elaborating them. So, prepare well, solve sample papers for practice, make notes including historical background, summary and critical analysis. Now, there remains another important point to discuss. Try to answer all the questions. Don't leave any question unattempted. The most silly thing is to leave the MCQs unanswered. You know that there is no negative marking. So, answer them all as it is known to all. Something is better than nothing. So, use your common sense, revise the facts and opt for the best answer. Another cause for leaving the paper incomplete is the lacuna of time management. Generally, what happens? The student starts to write down cursive letters, colored headings and underlined quotations and covers 8 to 10 pages in first or second answers, and when he finds a crisis of time to cover up the remaining answers, he spoils his writing and is compelled to sum up remaining answers of 16 and 20 marks within 2 or 3 pages, or sometimes he fails even to attempt those questions. Though it is not pages that counts, rather matter counts. Yet here you are not justifying your skills to the marks. It marks your impression and shows your lacuna in time management. There should be the resemblance of equality according to the allotted marks and word limit for the answer. If the question is of 5 marks and you know a lot that don't pour out as much as you know, rather bind up that answer with relevant points within the required word limit. Because by investing all your energies in expressing maximum, you are not going to get more than maximum marks. On the contrary, you will have to compromise the length of other answers and automatically your marks go down. As far as writing is concerned, it should only be neat and clear, fluent and same from the beginning to the end. Calligraphy is not needed here. So, I think that these points will be beneficial for all of you. Again, I am repeating these tips in short. Whatever I have said, don't change the sequence of the questions. Pour out your original notions. Avoid common mistakes of English language. And language may be simple but flawless and accurate. Then use British spellings in place of American and plan your answers effectively and to the point. Then remember to attempt all the questions with proper time management. As I have exemplified these problems with their solutions too, I am sure if you follow these strategies, you will score well. So, wish you all the best. Thank you.